Ground imekataa. The people's verdict on this public participation is very clear. And if the members of parliament were to listen to what their constituents are saying, then the verdict is out. Parliament has instructed members of parliament that, not parliament, the court, High Court has instructed MPs that public participation must be done in all the 290 constituencies, failure to which it shall not have met the constitutional threshold. I want us to listen to the voices of Kenyans from different counties, the different regions. And I think from where the president is seated with his intelligence team, what was planned and what was plotted to be a dark scheme is backfiring on the faces of members of parliament. And I think at the end of the day, we will know who is the loser and who is the winner. The impeachment, public participation in impeachment has erupted in protest and anti-Ruto chants and songs from in those halls as different Kenyans also argue out their points. There are things that Kenyans are saying about that impeachment. I want us to look at regions. I want us to put them in regions. Let us listen to Nandi, Baringo, and Nakuru. There's a public participation in those three areas, and it will be interesting to hear what William Ruto's tribesmen are saying about that impeachment.
Viazi moja ikioza, yote naoza. Wakati mimi nilienda polling station, nilipata ticket moja ambaye one combined ya Ruto na Gachagua. So mimi napinga hivi tu 100%. Tuko na shida ya hospitali na mambo mengine, those are the priorities. Others, thank you very much.
Hii motion ya kusema impeachment ya Gachagua, I want to tell the MPs, whatever you are doing is not what the people did. We didn't send you there to go and impeach Gachagua. If they must go, they go all of them. Because we are suffering. Kwa sababu mimi nataka niseme kama mwananchi hapa Baringo Central. Mimi sijui Gachagua. I didn't know who chose Gachagua. Ruto brought Gachagua. He's telling us now kupitia MPs Gachagua ni mbaya. Na hiyo mimi nasema yeye kama anaenda na mkiaga aende kwa sababu yeye alileta pamoja. Haya, kwa wajumbe
walikwenda nje wakarudishwa. Kurudishwa ikapatikana iko wengine wameongeza mapato yao kwa milioni 100 kwa miaka 2, wengine wameongeza kwa karibu milioni 50 kwa mwaka 2. Hakuna hata mmoja aliambiwa hebu thibitisha hii milioni 100 wewe ulitoa wapi? So why Rigathi Gachagua? Kwa nini yeye anaulizwa? Na hawajauliza hao wengine.
Mambo ya ndani. Si mngeeleza mambo ya participation kwanza. Wale mnapeana mambo ya uwanja ya nchi na mtatuuliza sisi kama raia. Ya mwisho. Rigathi Gachagua aliletwa hapa na William Samoei Arap Ruto. Na yeye ndo alichagua yeye mwenyewe. Waende pamoja. Sisi hatukuleta hiyo mtu, sisi hatujui hiyo mtu. Alikuja tu wakati kwa tunatengeneza strategic plan. Akasema kwamba hiyo strategic plan ndio itatumika kwa serikali ya Kenya kwanza. Sio ndio mtu.
People are supreme to power. That is blackmailing us. Kama vile John Cena, kama umewahi wrestling, vile anafanyia watu namna hii. Munaona vile anatufanyia namna hii. Kwa hivyo hata hii msaada ya Gachagua mimi siungi mkono kwa kutumuliwa kwa Gachagua.
William Samoei Arap Ruto, we are directing this to you. Come to rescue. This situation of impeaching the deputy president is not a priority. ni kitu yenye sisi Wanandi tumekataa, watu Wanandi wamekataa, kwa sababu hata yale maneno yote mlipromise na deputy president, there is not even one that has been fulfilled. Yes. Saa hii mulielewana mkiwa wawili, mkatafuta watu wachache, mkaingia ndani, kutoka nje umetoa deputy. Huyo deputy mkaendelea na yeye kidogo, unarudi kwetu raia, unatuambia tukusaidie tumtoe. Hatuwezi, na yeye hata ngatuka. Rigathi tunajua mpaka kwa moyo yake na roho.
There is no need for us to come here tukusanyike ati we are impeaching someone. This is not what it is supposed to be happening. Siku ya leo tungekuwa tunakuja hapa kusherekea kitu imechengwa. Si maneno ya kuja kuimpeach mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua. Tunaomba hata wachumbe ambao leo wako kuwa hapa wakaribie sisi nyumbani ili tupie mashida zetu. Sasa kama leo tumeitwa hapa bila sababu yoyote, tunaomba rais muongee na mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua. Alafu ya kwamba this is not tribalism. Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua pia anyenyekee chini, naomba msamaha Rais Ruto kwa sababu ni rafiki yake, walielewana wakati wa campaign, na kazi ya kawaida itaendelea na amani itapatikana katika Kenya kama kawaida. Asante sana.
Gachagua, I support Gachagua to stay. I do not support the vote to impeach Gachagua. Because we elected Gachagua and President Ruto. We elected both of them. And if in case today we want to vote out Gachagua, and then we should also vote out our president. Both of them should go out. So I support that Gachagua should stay. Kama vile ameomba msamaha rais, ni kwamba Gachagua asamehewe kama kuna makosa alifanya na aendelee na kazi yake.
It is so saddening that hapa Nandi County vitu kama public participation ya impeachment wanatumotivate kuliko development matters. Na tunataka tuseme ya kwamba viongozi wetu wametufail kutokea governor, kutokea senator, mpaka MPs wote wametuangusha.
From that, clear. The message that Rigathi Gachagua was saying during those media interviews, there is something that Rigathi Gachagua said that he was waiting to see if the Kalenjin MPs are going to vote to impeach him while he helped William Ruto at the hour of need. And secondly, contrary to what the likes of Kimani Ichung'wa would want the public to believe, residents of those counties, the Rift Valley residents, it is the same with Bomet, Rift Valley residents believe, and they are buying the narrative that it is Rigathi that gave William Ruto Mount Kenya votes. So I remember when Rigathi had that roundtable, he questioned and he said, I am waiting to see if Mount Kenya are going, if Rift Valley are going to vote me out. Akasema nitolewe na kila mtu, lakini sitolewe na hawa watu wa Rift Valley. Hawa wanafaa waondokee hiyo impeachment. Now the other area is Nairobi. Now in that Nakuru, Baringo and Nandi, the chants were in Nakuru. Let's look at Nairobi.
Wakati rais na naibu wake wako na shida, watatuletea hii shida yao. Lakini saa hivi tunaongea na nyinyi, Adani imechukua airport. Vile tunaongea na nyinyi, NHIF watu wanaenda hospitali wanashindwa kutibiwa. Lakini kitu nataka kusema, I have never seen stupid MPs who can go to the parliament.
Order.
Tulia. Let me speak.
Order. Ngoja kidogo. Haya.
Let me finish my point.
Haya. Sasa wewe kijana kutoka Embakasi East. Sasa wewe unaniona kama mjinga sana.
Haya. I will withdraw that statement.
We withdraw and go.
I will withdraw. But what I wanted to say is this one. What I wanted to say is this one. Kuna MP wenye hawajaionekana parliament. Lakini ile siku ya kuimpeach Rigathi, hao ndio wa kwanza kuenda. Lakini ukiwaambia waende kutetea mwananchi kwa bunge, hawawezi kuenda. So what I want to say is that impeaching Rigathi Gachagua is not first priority. First priority is our problem as Kenyans. We are dying with hunger. Rigathi Gachagua hakuna mahali anaenda.
Freedom of speech. Haya, Pastor ule.
Ingekuwa si impeachment, amungeita watu huku. Hatungeitwa leo. Na juu leo mko na shida, mumekumbuka wananchi wa chini. Hata mnatupea masaa ya kuongea na tuko na shida zetu pia. Alafu kabla na hiyo masaa mnasema tutoke hapa 5, kwanza mtupe chakula tushibe. Mko na pesa, mtupe chakula tushibe ifike hiyo 5. Bila chakula tunatoka hapa saa 6 twende home. Mtuite tena tutoke saa 5 twende home. Mtuite tena tukose kukuja. Kwani nini? Na kama mnataka sasa mjue opinion yangu sasa. Opinion yangu kama Caroline Chemto. Hakuna mwenye anabaki. Wewe, MP wakipitisha kwa parliament wanakula. Hakuna mwenye anabaki. Na ikiwezekana pia MP waende. Hata MP waende.
Mimi nataka nikuje kwa mada. We have so many problems than impeaching Deputy President Gachagua. We have problems that are affecting Kenyans. And you people, you are not talking about those problems. You are bringing motion about removing Gachagua in the office. Yet we have people who don't understand the difference between NHIF and SHA. We have people in Turkana who don't understand. Na wajui hizi vitu zinafanya kazi aje. Bona msilete public participation za hizo vitu. Hii serikali yote ni mbaya. Gachagua na Ruto wanastahili wote waende nyumbani. Hakuna mtu ambaye ni mzuri hapa. We cannot be joking. We cannot just be here joking and saying Gachagua must go alone. They must go, both of them. Ruto and Gachagua must go.
Move forward, and the Speaker of the National Assembly be ready to take over the government of Kenya for the next 90 days as we prepare Jamhuri ya Kenya kwenda kuchagua viongozi wengine. And for the sake of peace and tranquility and sustainable development of the country, for the sake of our education sector, for the sake of our health sector, this government must go home. We are ready.
Ambassador.
We are ready to bring. We are ready to bring a new revolution. Kenya is a beautiful country. We are ready.
Hi, Ambassador, thank you.
Na mtazamaji, ni kujaribu tuna kuangalia kama tutaweza kusawazisha ile tuweze kupata sauti nzuri ambayo itakuwa inakusaidia wewe kusikiliza kile ambacho Wakenya wanakizungumza hapa.
Nairobi, the two gentlemen that confronted the MPs, and straight in their eyes they told the MPs that when it is Adani, they cannot be consulted. But on Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment, they are being consulted. And immediately these men finished talking, the discussion ended up in some anti-Ruto chants. And in fact, I understand the Bomas of Kenya event ended prematurely after Morara was actually attacked in the room. People walked out. People walked out of that event. But I want you to listen to what happened in Nairobi. Yes, it is still Nairobi, and this is where much of that was actually happening. The public participation that was going on in Bomas was organized, and largely ODM MPs were the ones that were in that event. I want us to go to Western, and I've got footages from Bungoma and Kakamega. The voices are very keen on whether this is the right thing for the country, and they're also breaking in anti-Ruto chants. That is Bungoma and Kakamega. Let us look at Nyeri and Kiambu. Nyeri is the home county to Rigathi Gachagua. There is no doubt that it was not going to play along, and that is why 3 MPs from Nyeri had even to pull their signatures from it and say they would vote no. The same with Kiambu. There is these 2 videos of the videos from Kiambu and Nyeri, and I wanted to see how the women rep was lynched when she was speaking in Nyeri. So it tells you what exactly is going on. I know not that it's also not getting some support. I've seen some videos from Mombasa. Let's look at another one that is very interesting. Kasmal Mako Ure.
Right thing. And we want them to ensure that we see any person who wants to foster tribalism in this country to go. Gachagua must go. Gachagua must go. Na Wakenya wenzangu, nyinyi kama vijana, tunashinda tukisema kwamba lazima we ensure we protect our country. Saizi pia tunataka wabunge kama wanataka kutoa Gachagua, pia watusaidie na mambo ya social health, wahakikishe tunapata afya nzuri, wahakikishe funding model wanashughulikia, wahakikishe kwamba wewe kama walisema serikali ni ya mama mboga, waheshimiwa, ni nyinyi mko katika bunge. We disagree with you in public, but I've gotten the chance to tell it to your faces. Nobody is trying to ban this country. I want to assure you, niliona wakisema parliament that they need security. Sisi walikuwa hapo on Tuesday, tulikuwa kwa court. We hatutaki kuchoma hawa watu, tunataka watupatie policies za mwananchi, si ndio? Nataka vijana wapate kazi, wamama wapate linda mama, na watoto wakienda shule wakule. But the bottom line of leo, ndio tumalize ukabila Kenya, ndio tumalize siasa ya shareholders, ndio tumalize hii siasa ya kuchanganya watu. Gachagua, Wakenya si wasikii Gachagua. Viva vijana, viva! Viva Gen Z, viva! Long live the Kenyan democracy, long live! Asanteni sana.
He's being lynched in social media because he's crossed over to the other side of the political divide, and this is what he said in Bomas. Same, I want to merge up with the, I think, Migori. So, Kasmuel has really been hit by different Kenyans saying that it's been bought. And of course, there are some technicalities there. You know, at some point, Kasmuel met Osoro, and he was asked about it. But we knew that there was an attempt to crack that Gen Z movement because Kasmuel, Morara were part of cheerleaders, were the ones, some of the leaders that had emerged to be one of them. And I remember I analyzed it, and I said here that the state was also making, the state also wanted someone they could catapult in the space to be the Gen Z leader, and someone they can easily, the people that made Kasmuel, if you compare Kasmuel and Morara made his name after the Gen Z protest, when he went to the ground to expose those projects that had collapsed, the Kenya Kwanza projects that had collapsed. But Kasmuel made his name because during the Gen Z protest he was making those interviews. So Kasmuel was made by media. Media made Kasmuel by giving him platform for all those interviews. But some were even warning and saying that he was a student, he was a project of the state. And probably you can see with the red carpet and all that state machinery around Kasmuel, he's shown the country that he was not part of that Gen Z movement. Even though some people are also saying that the place was already hostile, and there was no way he would go and reject that impeachment because it was against what some of those organizers had actually put into place. I've watched, if you watch those two videos, there's some two messages that I think three, if I'm not wrong. The three things Kenyans are saying. Number one, they're saying, and especially this is from Rift Valley, they're saying we cannot impeach Rigathi because Rigathi helped Ruto. And they're telling Ruto that, and please don't tell us about, we don't know about that marriage. You're bringing us things we don't even understand. The second issue is about, this is not a priority to us. We have more pressing issues. Now that is a voice from, I think, Nairobi and Bari and Nakuru and also Bungoma. Then the other one is that Rigathi is not good. Maybe not that they're supporting Rigathi, by saying that is not going to give us a solution. In fact, if you look at Mount Kenya, they're also saying if Rigathi has to go, then the whole Kenya Kwanza has to collapse. That is three messages from that. The two possibilities from what I've observed on the reaction of the members of public. Rigathi Gachagua mobilized, and I think he activated his grassroots structure and mobilized well. And someone took my advice. I advised his team, and I said, and by the way, I also reached out personally to someone close to Rigathi, and I said, one of the things they needed to do is to amplify the voices of public participation, because government doesn't have it. You know, government is only speaking in Twitter through some paid bloggers here and there. But if Rigathi will mobilize so that the different voices in public participation are amplified, he will be able to shape the narrative. And I think to that end, he really mobilized. Number two, the MPs, it's also either that MPs who are promoting the impeachment have duped the president and have not gone to that public participation. Let me tell you, in Baringo, the area MP did not attend that public participation. He organized, but he was not there in person. The same to Nakuru, same to Nandi, same to Bungoma. The MPs, UDA MPs, were not there. I will answer that. I will explain that later. They boycotted those public participations. So those public participation forums. So why the revolt is boiling against it? Why are people revolting? Because that is again very important. What has caused the revolt of the day? Why the framers, the crafters of that bill got it wrong? There's some few things they got wrong and they need to get it. Kenyans are unhappy and they're just looking for slightest opportunity to humiliate the MPs. They have a beef. They still have a beef with MPs. In fact, if you look at the revolt is much also on the MPs that nyinyi wakati mnapitisha ile hamtuambii. Na saizi wakati wa finance bill mnituliza maswali hamkupitisha what we asked. Now this one, they are also looking for opportunities to humiliate the MPs. And ultimately, they're humiliating the MPs by telling them, this is not what we really wanted. The other blunder by this impeachment is this. William Ruto has not explained to members of public in the UDA constituency. There is a constituency of UDA party. The UDA constituency has not got an explanation from President Ruto himself. Why do they need an explanation from President Ruto? Because it's Ruto who talks. The impeachment is serving the interest of Ruto. They know the person chasing Rigathi is President Ruto. So before even this bill would have gone to parliament, the DP, just the same way he used to go to rallies and castigate Raila Odinga and talk about the protest and talk about this and that. He also just needs to go back on top of car, go to Nyeri, tell Nyerians he doesn't want Rigathi and why he doesn't want Rigathi. He should then fuel the same and board the same chopper and go to Rift Valley and explain to the UDA constituency about Rigathi impeachment. I know the constitution doesn't bring president in the picture, but the politics needs president in the picture. So if they want, before they impeach Rigathi, what the public are also demanding here is, explain to us, come and explain to us. Nandi people are really talking about that. Now, impeachment is not answering. In fact, it's not coming out as beneficial to Wanjiku. Wanjiku is not seeing how this is going to change his life. That question seems not to be there. Wanjiku is not seeing how that question is going to solve his life, how that impeachment is going to help him. And so with that end, it doesn't work. Number 3, government has underperformed. And whenever there is an opportunity to canvass about some of these issues, the population sees foiled, or rather the failed projects. And with the failed projects, there is some sort of protest on it. Adani deal and Shah are also haunting. Remember, this was just hatched the other day. The issue of Adani was just, it was just canvassed the other day, not so long ago. And it was taken and government kept quiet about it, but now they're forcing their way with that Adani deal. So if you also look keen, you realize that people are also a bit uncomfortable with the issue of Adani. There is something I want to warn the members of parliament passionately. I want, if you're a member of parliament, your PA watches our videos, or one of your supporters, you can get to your MP. If you put your loyalty on what President Ruto says and fail to listen to the ground, regarding impeachment will not be very kind for the population. Already we've made a mistake. In fact, not a mistake. The Constitution envisioned public participation. And I remember when Rigathi was saying public participation has to be there. It has not been done in a good manner. But we've given people forms to fill. We've given people microphones to go and explain themselves and say what they want, say what they think about it. And they've told you it is not a priority. Now, when you go back to parliament and still thump chest and pick and do it because you don't care what the other people have said, we might end up, this impeachment might end up like the finance bill. I've seen people are out, or people already in the protesting mood, people already jogging, preparing. So I think you cannot underestimate the fact that the country is very unhappy. And if the government acts like is not sensitive to what Wanjiku is saying, things will not turn out well. I'm really looking into this so that we get the right issue around it. Thank you.
Sorry, Becky. Nasema? Anatoa. Sasa lakini sasa ndio maana tunatumia pampers ana hiyo control ya nini, so hata kuambia yeah, that's she's on anti-convulsant drugs they are convulsions. So hata ni jana I was talking to the doctor, the head doctor ule ana head hiyo neurology ward Kwaniambia at least because now she's not having convulsions, she'll continue taking them for 2 years lakini wataanza unaenda kama na reduce because they are very sensitive. You can't take, hawezi wachisha kama Panadol ati unawacha siku moja. Ukiwacha zinarudi. So you monitor alafu afterwards, after 2 years of monitoring without convulsions, now they can take her off.
Lakini akatumia
lakini tenda akipunguza. Already now they are working because she has not had the convulsions from December. Wakati nakwambia aligo unconscious ilikuwa mild, lakini tangu wakati huo hajakuwa na convulsions.
Hi guys, so thank you very much to Bolt, we are in Kenyatta. So we have already handed over the 200,000 cash to Ronald. Ronald is here. Ronald is the father to Baba Becky, and so Ronald will acknowledge and also tell us atatoa Becky lini, because now that part is the only one who knows. So karibu sana.
Thank you very much to yourself and the team. Really appreciate the support that has come through your efforts. I'm Ronald Michael Kamau, that's my name, Mabeki, and we're hoping to get Becky home by Friday. God willing, now that we're able to resort 1-2 things, and we'll definitely inform you, and you come and do a follow-up. Yeah, you're welcome to our home to come and see the progress. You have seen her, the jovial girl, and once she goes home, she's then going to be happy. And you have me to thank and the support of so many other people who have come to us. Really appreciate.
So how much have you received?
I've received 200,000.
Yes,
from the Bold mission.
Maybe Michael, tell us something about Baby Becky. Why Friday? Not some people might ask.
Okay. So the quite a bit of process. Yeah.